hits, and that sets up the scoring chance, and a goalpost hit by Warren Reichel. Reichel thought he had scored, had the arm. Had to be there, he's been there. There's Redmond, the turnover, the breakaway. Now watch Sutter's left hand reach out, his right hand, pardon me. There's a little subtle hold, and Belfour attacks the shooter and makes a good save off of Reichel. Now look at Reichel move in, gets pulled off balance, still got the shot away. And the thing about Belfour is he doesn't stay deep. He challenges, he battles, he goes right on out. Now the second save, here's a beauty. Belfour loses his balance, is getting up. But watch him keep his attention and throw the arms up. Knocks the puck down. Eddie Belfour.
The goal and fantastic.
Doug Weight, great move. Big save, Belfour.
We might just do. If they start a fight on the ice. And the longer you play it,
struggled the last couple of weeks. He lets Courtnall know about it, and he responds. Down the right side, gets a little help here. It's like it's deflected off one of the Blues, and it gets past Cujo, 1-0. And then Courtnall with the feed to Mike Modano. He slips it into the open net. His 49th of the season, but the Golden Brett gets St. Louis on the board. Brett Hull streaking in, is left alone in the slot. Big mistake. Through the 5-hole, 2-1.
Has earned a spot to play.
Here's Eisenborn, and he shoots it off the side of the net by the sprawling Stauber. Then Chance sends it in. Save, deflected. Still loose. Zhitnik sends it back out.
Oh, my, the adventure continues. Zhitnik, Sador, and Blake. And with a shot like this, watch the quickness of this shot. Belfour looks around and then snares the puck. It was almost behind his body. The quick shot by Zhitnik. But it certainly, for the Kings, hasn't panned out that way. Right on the ice surface before the puck even gets. Look at, he's already down. There it is. And there's a little chop. And I think Dixon Ward was going after the puck. That was not done. In attendance from Russia. He's making his 5th trip now over here from Russia as the goalie coach for Chicago.
Zhitnik again, and another save by Eddie. And I'm sure we'll have a chorus of Eddie, Eddie in just a moment.
That was a great shot. And again, a high shot. And all 3 high shots have been handled by Eddie Belfour or gone wide. This was a flat-out rocket from Zhitnik on the face-off win. Barry Melrose can't score. His team can't get it done. There's Conacher with the win. The rocket up top. Oh, my. Eddie Belfour with a fine save.
Zhitnik again with 45 seconds.
By one of the greatest goaltenders of all time, Vladislav Tretiak of the former Soviet Union. You're now the goaltending coach for the Chicago Blackhawks. Tell us about Eddie Belfour and what is his greatest skill and strength as a goaltender?
I like Eddie because Eddie, good goalie, he is the best athlete. He is doing every game, run, bike. He's good athlete. Eddie same me, he's like only win. Eddie like playing lots of game too.
Doesn't very like important. Sitting out, huh?
Yes, yes.
How has goaltending changed since the time that you played in net for the great Soviet Union teams?
Yeah, now it's a very difficult times for goalies because now this NHL, this best wall in the league, and many hockey players, Sweden, Finland, Russian play here because many years ago, many hockey players, United States and Canada, only shooting. Now a little bit different, very difficult job for goalies now.
One of the greatest of all times, guys. Tretiak, up to you guys.
Saves at least per power play against you. Now watch, there's a play where Robitaille misses. Now watch Belfour get up. And you heard Tretiak talk about how he's a great athlete, and he is. And those moves he just made, up, down, backwards, left, right, getting up, trying to find his stick. You show, or it shows how great an athlete he really is. On the forehand, it just missed right here. Stick of Suter comes across late. Robitaille misses. Here's another open net now as he continues in behind. Another good save. There he is. There's the wraparound. The net's open. Good play by Robitaille to get the shot. Belfour got across, and he does it his way. It's one thing, too. Coaches have taken goaltenders now and let them do their own thing. It used to be just stand up, play the angles, do your best. Now it's stop the puck, and I don't care how you do it. And Belfour's with a great pass. Perfect, hard, good shot. And there you see 2 men waiting for the puck. Todd and Robitaille. It's just not there. See the pass right between the legs of the shooter. That's the perfect place for the pass to be, is right. Here's where the stick is knocked out of his hands as the puck hit the handle. Now Jari Kurri will knock the puck away from the net. You'll see the stick glove go right down between the legs low on the ice. Now that's Kurri knocking the stick away. He says, get it away from the goaltender. Now watch Chelios in a moment. He'll try to get the puck and put it right back, or the stick that is, back to the goaltender. And then finally, the puck will slide through the legs where the stick should be, as Zitnik finally kept the puck down. He kept the puck low. Through the legs it went. Belfour was upset. He even grabbed the puck, held and threw it in the stands, and was lucky not to be given a...
Reservoir, who gets loose in front, and a backhander saved by Stauber.
That was a great open the legs up and slide the puck through. But with the goaltender Stauber kicking his bottom leg underneath to stack the pads up, when he did that motion, he kicked his bottom leg and knocked the puck wide. Turns in, you'll see it here. He puts it down and shuffles it ahead. It doesn't hit anybody. Actually, it did. Went off the king in front, Charlie Huddy. It should have been okay. And you know what? Rob Stauber made another fine save.
Shin pads are 14 years old. They don't have that much protection. And
Here's Hull, shot, he missed it. Hull the rebound, and it's covered by Andy Moog. The puck went behind.
has already scored one on him in this game up high. Here's Curtis Joseph starting to play. He moved it right by Zombo, who was coming back, and it was just bang, 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 all the way up the ice to Brett Hull. He went high to the glove side, and Andy Moog and just missed. And with that one guy in front, all you got to do is get it down there. You got a 2-on-1.
Hatcher brings it in short-handed, centered all alone in front. Gilchrist, and it went wide of the net. Not by much. Hatcher back to play it. Hull tried to knock it down, couldn't. Platt drops it off, 2-on-1. Craig on the right side. There he is. Madonna with him. Save made Joseph. Joseph came out, gave him nothing to shoot at. Right on the end of the stick when that shot was taken. The Stastny, they cleared out of the zone. Up ice. Hull. Shot save made. Andy Moog wouldn't have counted it.
And here is the play right here that went to Brett Hull. And that jumped over Smolek's stick. That's how come Brett Hull ended up with it. Cavallini couldn't get him.
Points, and they're a game over 500 since that 0-8-1 start. Tim Chevalier has won his last 3. He was tested in this one. The stop on Gaetan Duchesne. He would not get this one, however. Johan Karpinlov shoots off Igor Larionov's skate. 2-1 Sharks after 1. In the second, Todd Ellick, his 20th on the slapper. 3-1 Sharks in the second period. They have since scored again. In it in, Sylvain Cote beats Osgood from the blue line. That's not a good goal. It was 2-0 Caps. Detroit pulls Osgood, puts in Bob Essenza. Early in the second, Steve Yzerman trying to get Detroit back in it. The great stop, though. Don Beaupre stacks the pads. Still early on in the second, things getting tense as Paul Coffey and Dale Hunter, guys who don't drop the gloves too often, actually did and went. Third period, Detroit would strike. Ray Shepard shot. Deflects off the skate of Joe Ricci by Beaupre. Hoping his team can still concentrate on the game at hand after what happened the other night in Jim Kelly's place. Early second, Mark Jansen breaks in on Grant Fuhr. Fuhr kneed the head. He was shaken up, remained in the game. Second period, Whalers trailing 2-0. Chris Pronger, one of the players involved, scores the goal. Whalers within 1. Game tied at 2 early in the third. Wayne Presley beats Sean Burke. The Sabres in Philadelphia. Here's the way it looked. Eric Lindros scored, had a couple of assists. That made it 2-0 Flyers. Philly had a 4-0 lead, but the Panthers do come back. They came back to cut it to 4-3. Andre Lamakin, the former Flyer, trying to score. He can't do it. Tommy Soderstrom there to make a couple of...
Wanted back, kick back to the point. Crossman able to hold it in as Hull got it back to him. Stastny working with Hull and Bozone, the line that started together. Hull in front. Oh, the shot! Ooh, what a save! Andy Moog with a glove that was headed for the upper level.
Shot, including the breakaway in the second period that went over the net. A terrific effort by Hull to wheel into the slot. Man, did he get all of this one. That's about as good as he can fire, isn't it, Brendan?
I thought that was 50 for sure. You know, the one thing about Hully is the shot is always hard and it's always accurate, and he can get it off so quick.
Yep.
Every goalie knows that.
You can see the torque in his stick there. Boy, he got it all. And part of this guy to report on Andy Moog is getting up on him in shots like that, isn't it? Because he's small.
And Andy Moog also knows when he's coming out of the corner, he knows that guy wheeling around the slot is Brett Hull. So you're a little bit more on your toes than when somebody else is wheeling out in front of
300.
They don't keep themselves out of problems because it's when the Blues have to play in their end.
Duchesne got it on net. Save Hull! Centered shot saved made by Andy Moog. Rebound to Hull for the trick, and he scores! Hull,
how amazing it was that he could even get a backhand shot even in front of the net, because Hall's stick has got a curve. It's like a 9-iron, and here he controls it on the backhand, gets it up in the air. Darian Hatcher, absolutely right, Brendan, tried to stop it, banged it in behind Andy Moog, but it will be...
The night, Hartford and Buffalo, it's not always a good play, mind you. Jeff Sanderson forgot the puck. Brad May scores the goal. The loss officially eliminating the Hartford Whalers.
Against my last 2 years he played in the first face-off, I said, uh-oh.
Backhand shot. Joseph the save, and there is no rebound. Craig, the opportunity.
Can be a great player and a great role player, but his biggest contribution is on the power play.
Yeah, nice move by Mike Craig to get open for the shot, but then he drilled one right into the blue note. Blues can't get back in time. You got 2-on-2 coverage in front. That's good. Sooner or later it breaks down. Steve Duchesne left his man Mike back-to-back shutouts. He had a goals against average of 1. Save percentage of .968. Oh, that is a good play by Tikkinen with the kick over to Zubov.
Larmer with a screen in front, but Eddie Belfour just held his ground.
Boy, not only is he the quickest Ranger skater, but he's got one of their best shots. He ripped this one high over Eddie Belfour's left hand, being off the crossbar. That tipped off the...
Positive play of the night, Washington and Dallas. Stars goalie Andy Moog, his 5th crack at win number 300. You know, in baseball, that gets you into the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame for Andy Moog? Maybe.
Before it gets better. Keith Carney has done such a good job since being called up in February, and he let this one rip. You're right about Mike Richter being screened. He had a defenseman out in front of him.
Never moved, did he? Carney's 2nd goal. He's got a goal.
Joe Murphy to score as well as Jeremy Roenick. If Murphy does it, there isn't anybody else that can score regularly on this club.
He's got a great shot, doesn't he?
Rangers penalty number 26.
5-hole in Eddie Belfour, and after that it got a little surly. There was a fight between Mike Hartman and Greg Smith, and now an elbowing penalty.
Travis Green comes out of the corner, fans on his first shot, and then with the second beats Dominik Hasek for the goal. We're all tied at 1. Just 20 seconds later, the former Islander Randy Wood, the old wraparound trick, beats Jamie McLennan, and the Sabres had a 2-1 lead. The Islanders would rally to come back. They would. You'd have to trust me on that. Tom Kurvers and Ray Ferraro hooked up for a goal to make it 2-2, and then Yuri Hemelev just shot the puck through Jamie McLennan's leg.
And the Bruins get within 1 goal. They would tie it at 6 in the 3rd period, but Bob Carpenter to Stefan Richer with a rocket to beat John Casey. Richer's 31st of the season, and the Devils are up. Cam Neely, watch the right knee. It gets pinned underneath Danicos. He tries to make the move to the net. He goes into the boards hard, left the game. And the atmosphere in the Boston locker room after the 2-goal loss was said to be morbid. Neely's knee is badly enough injured that it will require diagnostic tap. A 3-game losing streak. Eric Lindros scores his 40th. And here is some of that game. This is Brian Propp from long distance. And where was Dominic Roussel? Out to lunch. An 85-footer, the 999th point of his career. He would later get point number 1,000. The Flyers still trail a...
Montreal Canadiens champions are etched all over the Stanley Cup, including a remarkable 23rd time last June, after Patrick Waugh raised hockey's holy grail in celebration. Waugh was and is the foundation of this young Canadian team. Their quest begins again tonight against longtime foe Boston, whom Montreal has battled and KO'd 21 different times in the playoffs. The Boston Bruins have been plagued by injuries this season, but held together by slick centerman Adam Oates, who gets the puck to you when and where you need it. Oates finished the regular season 3rd in the league in points. But Ray Bourque is the heart and soul of the Bruins. He's missed the last 11 games with a sprained knee. But Bourque is dressing tonight and ready to lead the Bruins on a journey they have not finished in 22 years. The quest for the Cup begins tonight on ESPN.
8 goals against, 8.81 save percentage. John Casey has been a little maligned in the papers here, in the local Boston papers. He talked about his Technicolor 5-hole. That's really hitting deep. So there's a lot of pressure on John Casey. At the ice, Patrick Waugh. All the accolades have been dished upon Patrick Waugh. He has a mystique about him almost. a two-time MVP in the playoffs. He's won 2 Stanley Cups. He's like an invisible wall in the net. I think he may be the best goaltender on the planet.
Brian Sutter thing. You do end up with a lot of dump and chase because of that. The next problem is being efficient inside your own end. There's a look at that last chance for the Montreal Canadiens. Just went by the post. You can see Casey sliding from his left to his right, and that one just barely trickled by the goaltender. Let's take a look at it. Casey will have to move from his right to his left. Look at Casey along the post. There's Bellows in behind. Which side am I coming out? Here I am. Casey runs across, and Bellows goes back to the far side. We'll take a look at it from the overhead. Here's Bellows. Comes out. Casey gets that leg over, but he leaves the far post open. Excellent shot by Brian Bellows.
He scored 30.
Here's a shot from the near side boards. Casey gets a clear view of it. Pretty easy save. Boston Bruins doing a good job of keeping. Boston Bruins doing a good job of keeping any Montreal forwards to get in on a screen for Casey or get there for any rebounds. Casey bobbled it for a second, but no problem on that one. Confidence builder for you. That was a tough save by John Casey. Here's a look at it. There's Muller out from behind the net. He had a lot of time. Boy, did he put that right on the blade of Oleg Petrov. Petrov, the leading scorer for Montreal against the Boston Bruins this season. That's kind of a surprise. Look at Muller. Look at that. Right through the crowd. Perfect pass on the stick. Casey, excellent save. It at the net. Bourque is so good at that. There's Chirkovsky. He finds the open corner. Good heads-up shot by Chirkovsky. But the key there, 2 shots by Ray Bourque. The first one was blocked, but there was a chance by Lyle Oline. Look how far he's able to get in. Top of the circle, right wing side. Look how far out Casey was. He has to scramble back, but that second shot never hit the net. Lyle Oline, the top of the circle, went through
the Washington Capitals. New Jersey and Buffalo. Potential Rookie of the Year Martin Brodeur may get the nod for the Devils to finish with the NHL's second-best record. Their job offensively will be to solve Dominik Hasek down at the other end. The Sabres netminder, the league's top-ranked goaltender at 93-94. This might be the best first matchup of the first round.
Ray Bourque takes the first shot. Iafrate will give it back to him. Here, Ray, take another shot at it. The quick wrist shot on target. It hits a man in front. There's Chirkovsky. His head's up. Right inside the far post. Excellent shot by
Today he was upended, but Keane is onside. Mike Keane scores! And Montreal has a 2-1 lead.
That his partner Sweeney is gone. Look at that move by Mike Keane. Dropped the left shoulder, moved back to his right. Casey was beaten. There you see Sweeney coming across from the left defense position. He pulled himself out of position. That gave Mike Keane that chance right there.
Nice play by Benoit Brunet to get him. Brian Sutter, what is it about Ray Bourque that makes him so great? That's the first thing he lists, that he is fundamentally sound. Iafrate, good work. Out in front. What a save. An unbelievable save by Patrick Roy, robbing Steve Hines.
We've talked a lot about Patrick Roy. This is about the epitome of what we're talking about. We'll take a look at this replay. There he is. This guy finds a way to keep it out of the net. Watch this play develop, coming out from behind the net. Good work by Iafrate. Look how quick this shot is. Good positioning by Patrick Roy. That's where it starts, but that magic left hand comes up. There's Iafrate, right out in front. Roy tracking the puck very well. Good positioning. He was going down in the butterfly, trying to make sure he was covering low, but that left glove hand is out to his side, where it's supposed to be. And there he is. He scoops it right out of the air.
Pass deflected by Roberts. Hughes with Oates. Oates lets it fly. Pad save. Right leg made by Waugh. Bourque. Rink wide. Oates first there. For Chirkovsky. And Reed going to the front of the net. Marius Chirkovsky walking right in front. And Waugh held the post. Chirkovsky to Oates. Trying to get it back.
Wing. He's just going to let it fly, hoping that one of his teammates is going to go for a rebound. There's Waugh. He's calm under fire, makes the save. There was a rebound there, but he got the blocker save. Now here's another look at a different situation. Here's Chirkovsky going to walk out from behind the net. There's Waugh guarding the near post. He will go down. Chirkovsky attempting to go upstairs. That was the right play. Waugh made the shoulder save. Hold on things. Here's Boston inside the zone. There's Adam Oates. He has it worked out in certain instances. He gets his wingers to go to certain places. There we go. Right into the slide area. Good chance. Shot on net. And I think it was a high sticking call. Actually, guys up and 2 guys back.
Ron Wilson for Montreal. Pulls up and shoots. It's kicked out. Iafrate. Behind the back to Bourque. Another save by Waugh as he once again flashed up the glove.
And if you watch him just off to your screen, he is stepping into a couple of Montreal players. That's why Ray Bourque has so much time, and he doesn't miss the net very often. Big save by Patrick Waugh. The other Boston forwards, rather, going to the net for any rebounds. In this case, there was none.
Otto got it taken away from behind by Dumfries. Now DiPietro with some room. Casey way out of the net to the bottom of the circle. Box broken up by Reed. Has Oates. Adam Oates breaks in. Oates stopped by Waugh. Rebound stopped by Waugh. And a penalty against Montreal. Two great
alone. Watch him shield the puck with his leg. Goes in, makes the move. Good save. That's Wesley coming up. Waugh dives back, gets the arm on that one too. Here's another view. Here's Oates, goes to the forehand. He's trying to get it in between the pads of Waugh. It's laying there. Waugh dives back. Wesley didn't get as much of that one as he would have liked to, and certainly would love to have gone upstairs on it. But Patrick, situation back down to Churkowski, and this kid knows what to do. Look at this pass, feathered right through traffic. Adam Oates with an easy goal there. Let's take another look at it. Churkowski on the left of your screen. Looks in the middle, holds on. Look at that pass. Right on the stick. Nothing Patrick Waugh can do there.
Adam Oates pass. Now Marois with the trailer. Stumble. Blocked by Brisebois. Kept in by Wesley. In close, he shoots. Rebound, goal! Pescadano gives
a look at the replay. Look how much room the Boston Bruins have there. The shot by Stumple is blocked, but they don't get it out. Wesley following up. There's the shot. Donato's going to knock it out of the air, I think, on the edge of the crease.
He possessed one of the NHL's top 1-2 punches at center with Steve Yzerman and Sergei Fedorov. The latter popped home 56 goals to rank third in the NHL this season. On the receiving end of the Detroit barrage will be Arturs Irbe. His hot play down the stretch keep the Sharks' first ever playoff berth.
We got to make sure that we...
The Leafs and the Blackhawks. The Hawks and Leafs, similar weapons. Felix Potvin and Ed Belfour, the workhorses in goal for their respective clubs. Up front, both clubs boast a star at center. Doug Gilmour leads the Leafs. And, of course, Chicago counters with the explosive Jeremy Roenick. How even was the season series? Joseph will need an effort similar to last spring for the Blues to advance against the Stars. Should Joseph perform well, the Blues' bolstered offense, led by Brett Hull, could push St. Louis over the top. The Stars, they're led by Mike Modano, a first-time 50-goal scorer who is the linchpin of one of the NHL's more under-recognized teams, sort of the Devils of the West.
The Rangers would never forget. Their fans would never forgive. Behind John Davidson, the Rangers got revenge in the spring of '79. Despite losing 2 overtime games, the Rangers upended a cup-bound Islander team in the semis. For Ranger fans, the closest thing to the Stanley Cup in the last 20 years. But the Isles swept the Rangers in the spring of '81 and would eliminate them, and thanks to Billy Smith, punish them 4 years in a row. Mike Bossy was unstoppable. Dennis Potvin was nemesis. That this rivalry turned ugly centered on Potvin. Ranger fans never forgave him for the check on their elegant Swedish star Ulf Nilsson that effectively ruined Nilsson's ankle and effectively ended his career. Potvin would be mercilessly and obscenely serenaded by Ranger fans regardless of the Islanders' on-ice dominance. The Isles and Potvin would answer with 4 straight Stanley Cups and the one word that can shut up any Ranger fan. 1940, the last time the Rangers won the old spittoon. Since the end of the Isles' glory days of the early 80s, the teams have met just once. An underachieving Ranger team eliminated a lackluster Islanders squad in 1990, and the rivalry had seemed to cool. Not quite. A month ago came the remarkable story that Ranger coach Mike Keenan had talked, however lightly, with the now 40-year-old Potvin about coming out of retirement to play in the playoffs for the Rangers. It would not happen, but the very thought raised blood pressures in both camps from Amityville to 8th Avenue. And now they meet again, an underdog, scrappy Islander team that still has one secret weapon, one deadly word to use against the Cup contenders from Manhattan. One word, 1940.
Keith, thank you. If you're located...
Let's take a look at the play as it develops. A simple shot towards the net. You're hoping for rebounds. There's Muller being wiped out right on the edge of the crease by Allied Plays. Not happy with that icing call at all. Players zigged when they should have zagged.
Ian Brady, glove saved by Waugh. Time ticking down on the Canadians. They're trapped in their own end with the face-off, 15 seconds remaining.
Patrick Waugh made that one look pretty easy. But face-offs again, a key factor right there. We'll take another look at it. There's the draw, the look from above. I'm afraid he's got this shot right on target. Look where Waugh is. Look how far out he is. That one is low on the glove side. Again, Patrick Waugh catches that one. It's almost behind him.
No score. Here at game one.
Offensive chance. So Neal's always had good hands and good offensive instincts. And you see the positioning of Curtis Joseph staying back deep in his net, going to the butterfly position.
Behind the net. Philippe Bozon in the slot, takes the shot, and Wakaluk may have gotten a piece of it. Craig Janney is there jamming it, and Wakaluk holds the post for a face-off with 14:18 to go. No score.
Isles on the power play. Malakhov will let the shot go as he steps in from the point. Big save by Richter. The rebound, but Turgeon can't get his stick on it. The Islanders fail on the power play. Then the Rangers on the power play. And watch Brian Leetch with a solo effort here. Shooting across his body, beating Hextall 1-0 New York. Tom and Darren.
All right, John, thank you. Brian Leetch, an element that the Rangers.
Mike Craig behind the net to the right, parked there, nobody going towards him. Pass right out in front, good save by Cujo with the left stick and the pad. And then the rebound. You see where Cujo is in the net, spreading out almost like a street hockey goaltender, having the paddle of his stick right along the ice. Then in a one-on-one situation, nifty little shot. And there's Joseph just on top of his crease, covering it up. He's the assistant captain, and here he has a nice chance off a feed from Brent Gilchrist.
Before this season. Stars break into the St. Louis zone. Here's Modano with a shot, and Joseph the save with 1:12 left on the penalties. The Murray Baron of St. Louis.
Coming out on top of his crease, not committing too far, good positioning, plays the butterfly style, covers the low area of the ice. I think if you're going to beat Curtis Joseph, it's not going to be along the ice to either post. You're going to have to put it high and hard right around his ears. It's like the defenseman, I think that was Barron that had it puck covered up, and then, Modano, after taking a hit, he still somehow got the toe of his blade on the puck, and then came out from behind after being hooked and had a shot on goal. But it's Curtis. Shutouts were against the Chicago Blackhawks.
Perhaps in the corner, Zombo. He gives it away to Connor Eklund. Eklund in front. The shot. Cavallini is blocked by the defense. Now we get through to the goaltender. Cavallini wound up. And he and Nedved are down, and everybody's saying, how do you do in front of Curtis Joseph?
And watch a pretty pass. Messier to Graves, but Ron Hextall is equal to the task. Comes up with a couple of saves. They get him out of there. Still 1-0.
Penalty, but none this time. Modano tied up nicely by Tilly, allowing Joseph to clear it out of the way. Good play.
Just before that, the shot on goal from the point on the power play by Ledyard. And a good set when, it just went off the left toe, it looked like, of Curtis Joseph. And here's the penalty right here as Rick Zombo had beat Cavallini in the neutral zone. A hook and clearly a penalty. Zombo giving it every last effort to feed the puck up to Shanahan. Interesting note when Grant Ledyard, who just missed on that blast as a defenseman, this is a funny stat, he's not an offensive defenseman.
Next 25 seconds on St. Louis, a Sherlock power play, or should I backtrack? Phil Housley took someone down, play in front of the net. Shot, taking a look at Curtis Joseph like a circus juggler. And 5 seconds on St. Louis, a Sherlock power play, or should I backtrack? Phil Housley took someone down, play in front of the net. Shot, taking a look at Curtis Joseph like a circus juggler. And there's going to be several penalties handed out.
The Rangers on the power play. Kovalev with a great pass to Steve Alarmer, and he finds an opening past Hextall. Rangers lead 2-0. Back to Tom Darren. Pass to Steve Alarmer, and he finds an opening past Hextall. Rangers lead 2-0. Back to Tom Darren.
Welcome back to the Reunion Arena. Phil Houser's going to get a penalty for holding on Dave Gagne, but here's the best sequence of the game so far. Curtis Joseph taking the first shot off his helmet, scrambles back towards his right, makes a great glove save. Now the stick of Richard Matvichuk jarred his neck, and that's what kept Curtis Joseph on the ice. Oh my goodness, sliding back and having the great hand-eye coordination. There's the stick work of Matvichuk trying to jar the puck loose on Curtis Joseph. Cujo seems to be fine, stretching it out just a little bit right now, but Brendan Shanahan, just deflected off Kasatonov's stick just before it got over to Curtis Joseph, right near the right side of his head. You have to be quick to duck out of the way, and in fact, the top part of Curtis Joseph's helmet, where there's a strap that keeps the back headpiece in place, that seems to have come loose a little bit, so try to knock him out. Look at this.
There you go.
Actually, that shot was aimed to be a little bit lower, but went off the stick of Kasatonov and just caught Curtis Joseph by surprise. Cujo seems to have his repairs almost done right now. Grant Ledyard, meanwhile, will nullify that small. What a rip
of a shot that he let go low to the stick side, and Curtis Joseph was able to come out top crease and just deflect that puck to the right corner.
And now it's a 4-on-4 situation. Cavallini comes out and falls over Neil Broughton. Cavallini the shot. Joseph the strike. Rebound! And Joseph was out of position, but Cavallini couldn't pull the trigger. Oh, he had an open net to shoot at, and he couldn't find the darn thing.
Second time, Cavallini off his off wing really has time to let this one rip. More time than he thought. He might have been able to move in a little bit quicker. But Curtis Joseph way, way far outside of his crease, challenging the shooter, knowing full well that Cavallini's not a great offensive player. And that enables the goaltender to have an advantage on that. Cavallini now a couple of good scoring chances.
Here comes Paul Cavallini at center ice. Gains the St. Louis zone and forces Joseph to make a stick save. Shot number 19 of the day for Dallas. Neil Broughton, and Joseph picks it out of the air. Curtis Joseph does it again. He's got the Stars talking to themselves with 3:04 to go here in the first period.
Kerry Fraser's going to be going to the instant replay as soon as that play got in the glove of Absolutely, but nice play by Neil Broughton around the net on the wraparound again. Now, from that angle, it's inconclusive, but I thought that Curtis Joseph clearly pulled it out before it went across the goal line.
Yeah.
Another replay here on Broughton on the wraparound. Now, after it hits Curtis Joseph, it pops up in the air, and before it gets a chance to cross, oh, that's closer than you think, but clearly it wasn't in across the goal line. Quick reaction by Curtis Joseph.
That's a bad angle to look at that as well. Solver. Here comes St. Louis into the zone. 5-on-5. Housley. Pass in front. Wakaluk makes the save on Shanahan. Or on Stastny. Bob Newmeyer pointed out in our open 37 minutes of postseason play for Wakaluk, who stopped Tony Herkus on a drive. Goaltending.
Herkus just recalled from Fury. A nifty little move. The former Hobey Baker Award winner trying to go to the far side. Glove saved by Wakaluk, and he had it there. Just before that, watch this two-pad slide save on Peter Stastny. Stastny had to get it up. Wakaluk with a tremendous save going from his right to his left.